My channel. Today's video is going to be a plan with me, my TBR for May. I did not stick to my monthly TBR last month pretty well at all, so let me show you. Yeah, so I only read 3 of the books that I wrote on here last month, so I didn't stick to it very well, but I'm hoping for a bit of a better month in May. So let's get to planning. I'm going to be doing this month a little differently because it is my birthday month, so I'm not going to force myself to read books in the series that I don't want to read. I just know myself and I know I'm not going to read them this month, and also because it's the first month of being really nice weather. I'm hoping to go to the cottage a bunch. I'm hoping to be outside reading a bunch, which means I'm mainly going to be reading on my Kindle Kobo but I really want to read a bunch of physical books. I know myself, and I probably am only going to read paperbacks if I read physical books this month. But also because I'm going to be ordering a bunch of books for my birthday, because treat yourself, right? I also know that I should read a bunch of books on my TBR so it doesn't get crazy long. So the planning process is going to be a little different this month. I'm not going to be planning to do as many audiobooks. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10 physical copy books, a list, and I'm also going to give myself lots of options, because if I'm not going to force myself to read books this month that I don't want to read, I need to give myself lots of options on what to pick up so that I actually sort of stick to my TBR. But yeah, so I'm going to give myself 10 physical copy books and 5 Kindle, 5 Kobo still, and then I'll still do 5 audiobook books, even though I probably am not going to read that many audiobooks. I don't think, but I may go for a bunch of walks with Kevin, so maybe I will. Who knows? So I'm just giving myself lots of options here. Okay, let's start with the physical copy books. So I know that I really want to read. I've really been meaning to pick up Wild at Heart, which is the second in the Simple Wild series. It was on my TBR last month. I just don't know why. I'm a little scared to read it because I absolutely loved the first one so much. Like, it's probably one of my favorite romance books I've ever read. So I'm a little scared to continue the story. I think that's why I keep not putting it on, but I'm going to put it on my TBR just in case I feel like inspiration hits and this is the month I'm going to go to it. So I'll put it on there. Okay. And let's see. You know what? And I'm also going to add Forever Wild onto here, which is the novella, or like, so that I'm finishing off Jonah and Calla's story, and I will hopefully get on to Running Wild then next month. So I'm going to add both of them onto there. And also then I'm getting some of the series that I started off my plate too. Okay, next I think I want to read The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I bought The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. I know her books are more women's fiction than romance, so I don't know if I want, I don't know how I'm going to put it on there because it's something I've been really wanting to read for a while, so that I get a taste of her books before I read her most recent one. So I'm going to put The Flat Share on here. I think I want to read The Soulmate Equation, because that book came out by Christina Lauren last year in May, and I remember ordering it around my birthday. And also they have another book coming out this month, so I'd like to read this book. I would like to read The Soulmate Equation. I mean, I wonder if I'll actually read. Probably not. I think the next book that I'm going to add on is, I think the next one I want to read is a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, Forever Interrupted. I kind of feel like, I don't know why, but I kind of feel like TGR's writing is like, they're all summer books, even though they're not. I just feel like they give off spring, summer vibes. So this is the only one I have in physical copy, so I think I'm going to add it. I think, so Forever Interrupted, I think that's good. Good choice. Oh, I forgot to add on here. I am doing a buddy read this month, and I also still have to read my book club's book. So I'm gonna add those both onto here. So the first one is Crush, which is the second in the Crave series by Tracy Wolff. Vampires, it's not really the same vibe, but it's like, it'll give me something different, and also I am buddy reading it, so I need to read it. And then also Dance of Thieves, which I'm a little nervous about reading. I don't think I'm gonna be in the mood to read it, but I'm going to read it because of my book club and I wanted to discuss it with people. Okay, so those are taking up 2 spots. I think I'm going to add a Harry Potter book on here. Now hear me out. It's a comfort read, it's my birth month. I think I'm going to put there, and I'm also slowly working my way through the series this year because I wanted to reread it, but I'm also going through and putting and taking out my ratings from Goodreads for them. So yeah, so I'm going to put that on my list because it's a comfort read, and if I'm feeling like if I'm having like a bad day or something like that, I kind of want to have a comfort read on the list. Next, I think I'm going to add Feel Like Summer after adding a Harry Potter book on there. I think this is a good one to follow it up with. Also, I got it from a friend on my birthday last year, and I still have not read it, so it needs to be read. So I'm going to add this to my TBR too. The last book I think I'm going to add is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think this is the book that's been on my shelf for the longest time. And so many people love it, and I think that's why I'm scared to pick it up. But I think this is gonna be the month for it. I don't have like many fantasy-ish books on here, so I think I'm gonna add that one. And yeah, because I need to read it. Let's move on to the Kobo books. I think the first book I'm gonna add on here is The Legacy, because I really want to finish off the off-campus books, because I'm pretty sure I started the off-campus books last year in May. So I'd like to finish off with that universe this month. So I'm going to add The Legacy. Okay, the next one I think I'm going to add is The Summer Proposal by V.I. Keeland, or just V. Keeland, I'm not sure. Because that sounds like a summary book that I'm going to want to read. It's a standalone. Yeah, I think that's the book. It just seems like something that I will want to read. As I'm planning my TBR, right now I'm in a really big romance mood, so I'm sort of planning it around that. But if I don't end up I hope that I stay in this romance mood so that I actually get these books read. And then I'm going to add Culty by Mariana Zapata, because I love the slow burns, and I think Culty is one of her first books that she wrote. So I'm excited to read it, and I've heard a lot of great things. So I'm adding that one. I think the next book that I'm going to add and this is going to seem like a little bit about out of left field, is November 9th by Colleen Hoover. I know everyone reads this in November, but Colleen Hoover in like most of her romance books kind of feel summery to me. And I do have that one on my Kobo. So I'm thinking that one. I'm thinking I'm going to add that. It might seem like a weird choice. And I don't know if I'm actually in the mood for it, but we'll see. We'll add it. The last book from Kobo I'm going to add is Most Likely to Score by Lauren Blakely. It's the second book in the Ballers and Babes like duology, and it's her writing. I find Lauren Blakely's writing to be just really easy to read, so it feels, I think it's a good book to put on there if I'm not sure what I want to read, because I find her books really easy and soothing to read, if that makes any sense. Moving on to my Kindle. I think, okay, I really want to get back into Zodiac Academy. I don't know why I didn't read it last month, but I really want to get back into it, so I'm going to add The Reckoning on here. And hopefully I get to it, because I really do want to read Zodiac Academy. I really enjoyed it. At the time when I was reading it, it was the first series that I had picked up in a while that I was like, I want to read the next book immediately. And then I didn't. And I don't know why. So I'm hoping that I can get back into it and I'll want to whip through the series again. The next book I'm going to add on here is Beauty and the Baller by Isla Maiden-Mills. I think that's how you say her name. Because I've been told by a bunch of people that this is a really good book, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm adding it. Then I'm also going to add The Favor by Suzanne Wright, because I have been told by a friend that that was very good and that I need to read it because I will like it. So let's add it. And then I think I don't know if I'm actually going to get to any of these on my Kindle because I don't have room, because I've started a bunch of series that are on there. So I don't know if but I'm only going to add standalones on here, I think. So I'm going to add Forget Me Not by QB Tyler, because I've heard good things about it again. And it's on my TBR. Okay, I'm also going to add Heartbones. I'm going to add another Colleen Hoover in case I'm not feeling November 9th. I'm going to add Heartbones onto the Kindle, because it's also on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, finally, let's move on to audiobooks. I think I'm going to make a list of 5 of them still, because who knows. So the first book I'm putting on here is We Freed the Stars, because I got that from the library, I think yesterday or the day before, and I want to read it. I finally got off the wait list for it, so I'm adding that onto there. Okay, so I think the next audiobook I'm going to add on here is A Family Affair by Robin Carr. It came out last month, and it looks really springy and summery, so I think I'm going to put it onto my audiobook list. Next book I'm going to add is Crying in H Mart, because it's short and it's very different from the rest of the books that I have on here. It's memoir, and I think it's memoir. And it's been on my list to read for a while, and I think I can get it from the library, so I'm going to add it to here, and I'm going to request it on the library now, so that, because I imagine it'll probably have a bit of a wait on it. Okay, so there's a several month wait period on the audiobook, so I probably won't get to it, but I'm going to stay on there so that when I finally reach that and the end of the queue, I will listen to it. So then I'm going to put on Almond. I feel like I'm going to add like some different genres for audiobook and not just romance, because I plan to read a lot of romance in physical copy and on my Kobo / Kindle. So I think that it's a good idea to add different genres onto my audiobook list so that I'm diversifying my TBR a little bit, my genres a bit, in case I don't end up being in a romance mood at all. Okay, finally I'm gonna add The Orchard by David Hopen as no, you know what? I'm gonna add A Very Punchable Face because by Colin Jost, because I've heard such really good things about this book. I just want to read it, so I think I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna listen to it. Okay, so that is my TBR. I'm just gonna go write it down now, and that'll be the end of this video. Okay, so that's my TBR for the month. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on how I can better show how I plan this out, let me know. And also, if you want to let me know what you plan to read, what book are you most excited to read. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.